Look, there he is right there. Oh, hello, my sweet, darling friends. It's very nice to see you guys. My name is Denise, and I'm here to tell you guys a bedtime story. Today, my friend Mark was very, very excited to share a very nice story with you guys about sharing. And he's very excited because his cousin is in it. This is called Clark the Shark Dares to Share. And this book is about how it can be confusing sometimes to share, which I totally get because sometimes I don't want to share, but it's nice to share. So go ahead and go grab your stuffed animal since I have Mark right here. I'm going to give him a big squeeze hug. Oh. You guys got your stuffed animals? All right, let's do it. This is called Clark the Shark Dares to Share. Let's see what this is about. Clark the Shark loved school. He loved his teachers and he loved learning, but sometimes Clark got a little mixed up. One marvelous morning, Mrs. Inkydink told Clark's class, "It's time for show and tell." Sorry, show and share. Benny Blowfish went first. He played a song so sweet and sassy that Clark couldn't help but dance his funky shark dance with a hip and a hop and a skiddly widdly wop. "Sit down, please," said Mrs. Inkydink. "But I was sharing too," said Clark. "Sharing is caring," said Mrs. Inkydink, "and everyone must learn to wait their turn." "I get it," Clark said, but he didn't really. At Reading Roundup, Amanda Eelwiggle won a scrumptious prize for reading the most books. "Sea slug ice cream?" asked Clark. "Yum, yum, I want some." "That's up to Amanda," said Mrs. Inkydink. "But sharing is caring," cried Clark. Mrs. Inkydink nodded. "Yes, I'm aware, but the giver chooses when to share." "Sharing is confusing," said Clark. How would you guys like some sea slug ice cream, huh? My favorite. In reef hockey, Clark chose to share his spectacular skills. "Hockey is awesome!" he roared. Clark front faked and back faked. He stick, checked, and decked. Reef hockey is awesome. In the end, Clark did everything but pass the puck. His teammates were cranky. "Hey, hotshot, let someone else score, why don't you?" said his best friend Joey Mackerel. "But we all shared the win," said Clark. Coach Krabby scowled. "A win's not okay unless we all get to play." "Sharing is complicated," Clark said. Even in sports, you have to learn to share. Share the ball or share the puck. After school, Clark and Joey Mackerel played Sea Wars at Joey's house. "Wow, is that Dark Waiter?" asked Clark. "Best birthday present ever," said Joey. "Want to play with Fluke Seawalker?" Clark really wanted Dark Waiter, but Joey asked him to wait his turn. Then, when Joey went to get them a snack, Clark couldn't resist. "Must be my turn." It was, after all, the coolest toy ever. "Sea Wars rocks!" cried Clark. "Pow! Bam! Crunch!" Oops. Uh-oh. Clark, said Joey. You broke it. Sorry, said Clark. I was sharing. Joey shook his head. That's not sharing, he said. That's taking and breaking. Clark the shark swam home, befuddled and bewildered. He didn't understand sharing at all. And when he arrived, Clark found he wasn't the only one who didn't get it. Mom, cried Clark, my cap! He borrowed it, he bit it, and now it's ruined. Sometimes younger siblings don't know how to share very well either, but that's because they're small and young. Teething or no teething, Clark's mother said, that's no way to treat a cap. She told his brother to ask before borrowing, but she told Clark, you have heaps of caps, and you have a lot. Why not share a lot? Oh, but Clark didn't want to hear it. He swam to his room and sulked up a storm. Oh, he is so upset. Sharing is caring, Clark grumbled. It's not taking and breaking. But this only reminded him of what he had done at Joey's house. Clark's head hurt, as if a big, sharky thought was trying to break free. So sharing is waiting your turn, letting everyone play, the giver chooses when, not taking and breaking, and giving what you've got a lot of? Sharing was confusing. But, thought Clark, it also might be worth getting right. Mom, he asked, will you help me bake something? The next day, Clark gave Joey a home-baked krill cake and a great big sharky apology. I think I'll share this with the whole class, said Joey. Really? Said Clark. Really, said Joey. And when Amanda Eelwiggle saw all that cake being cut up, she said, you know what goes great with krill cake? No, what? Said Clark. Sea slug ice cream. And just like that, she scooped her treat onto everyone's plate. Clark the shark looked around at all of his classmates enjoying cake and ice cream, and he got a warm, wiggly feeling way down deep inside. What is it, Clark? Asked Mrs. Inky Dink. Looks like Clark's feeling a little happy that he's sharing. With a ginormous grin, Clark broke into the funkiest, sharkiest, funky shark dance ever. And this time all of his classmates joined him, with a hip and a hop and a skiddly widdly wop. Ooh, he's a good dancer. Mark has those moves too. Sharing is sweet, Clark said. Now Clark got to share this book with Mark, so he's been doing great sharing. And Mark wanted to share with all you guys, so I hope you guys liked that story. And Mark, what did you think about that story? Oh, I think he liked it too. I'm going to give him one more big squeeze hug, and then it's going to be time for bed. He's the best. All right, guys, we'll talk tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good night's sleep. Thanks for letting me inside your homes. Bye. Bye.